Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on in Chocolate Blue. We've got longtime fools, Carl Teal and Keith Spites, giving a 1 to 10 rating to a top 25 company in the primary Hidden Gems database. It's Halozyme Therapeutics, ticker symbol HALO. Talk about the strength of Halozyme's business first, including factors like industry and competition. 10 is invincible. A 1 is hopeless. Both of you have 6s, Carl.
Yeah. I said a 6. This has always been a really hard company for me. It's consistently great performance. It's a consistently attractive price, but with a huge sword of Damocles hanging over the head of the company. The current business is largely based on the ENHANZE drug delivery technology. It's used in huge products like Vyvgart and Darzalex. And the patents are close to expiration. So what comes next? That's really complicated. I might rate them lower, but I'm actually super impressed with the management team and how well they've executed around what they have. And they really may come up with a worthy second act. There's already some encouraging signs. I just can't be fully confident that the current business is built for the long haul.
Yeah, I agree with everything Carl just said. The only thing I would add is that Halozyme is also in a legal battle with Merck over patent infringement. Merck is using a rival technology to develop a subcutaneous formulation of Keytruda, which is its blockbuster immunotherapy. This lawsuit creates more uncertainty for Halozyme's business since the rival technology offers an alternative approach. So, but still, I think a 6 is the right score in this case.
All right. Well, we're moving on to management. 10 is Warren Buffett. A 1 is Homer Simpson. There are higher scores here. Keith's at an 8, and Carl's at an 8.5.
Yeah, Helen Torley has navigated a difficult situation super impressively. Exclusivity on their technology was supposed to expire back in 2024. Some very clevering maneuver has extended that out to 2029 in Europe and as far out as 2032 in the US. She moved away from a money-burning internal drug discovery engine to a pure licensing model that has just been a high-margin cash cow for the company. And maybe most important for investors today, she's made some acquisitions that could secure the next chapter. I wouldn't bet against her, certainly.
Yeah, Carl and I are on the same page again in this category. Here's one other example of why I really like Helen Torley. Last year, Halozyme wanted to acquire Evotec for around $2 billion. This is a German drug maker. But when the company played hardball, Torley walked away from the transaction rather than try to up the price tag to entice the company to the negotiating table or really go all out to get it. And many biotech CEOs would have just been so eager to make a deal they would have overpaid to get the company to come to the table. Torley didn't do that, and I respect that.
That does seem rare. I feel like a lot of our things on acquisitions in this space are justifying, well, if it becomes a blockbuster, then it's reasonable. That's impressive to walk away. For financials, a 10 is a fortress, a 1 is yikes. Both of you have 7s here, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, the number, it depends a lot on interpretation. They have good cash levels, they have manageable debt, and they are a cash-generating machine for now. That said, looking out past the next 6 years, could require some bold moves, and I'm guessing that probably is going to mean spending a lot of cash and maybe taking on more debt, which is why I was a little more circumspect.
I totally agree. There's really nothing to dislike about Halozyme's financials right now. The problem, as Carl mentioned, is that uncertainty about the future after ENHANZE loses patent protection.
All right, Keith, let's move on to valuation. How well will Halozyme stock do over the next 5 years? And how safe is it, keeping in mind a 10's a sure thing, a 1 is a lottery ticket?
Yeah, I'm just going to venture a guess here that Halozyme will deliver average annual gains of between 5% to 10%. But the odds that the actual gains could be higher or lower than that are probably 50-50. So I'll give a safety score of 5 just to be safe. The issue is the one that we've talked about several times already. What's next for Halozyme after ENHANZE?
Yeah, I ended up in the same place. I mean, I will say, if you think that Halozyme could go on the way it has, it should be a 15% plus gainer from here. But I think there's probably a lid on the price, and they're going to continue to look cheap until there's a clearer future. Keith referred to it before, but their next-gen technology called MDACE has already sort of lost in the market to Merck somewhat, which is using a different competing technology for Keytruda. It's subcutaneous Keytruda, and that's under litigation right now. Their Electrify concentration technology is chalking up some wins. Looks pretty promising, but it certainly can't replace Darzalex or Vyvgart so far. So yeah, I think they'll do well for a while, and then we'll have to see what happens a little bit further out, and that's why I ended up where I was.
Thank you to both Carl and to Keith. They've given Halozyme an all right overall score of 6.3 out of 10. It really depends on management, going forward. As a top it, Carl prefers Denali in the drug delivery space, and for crossing the blood-brain barrier, and Keith prefers Mirum Pharmaceuticals. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is Insulet. Till then, full on.
It's always a challenge for me to sit relatively still for over 5 minutes.